Well, thank you, and welcome to the Thursday night, September 24th, 2015 soccer game between the St. Louis Park High School Oriole boys and the Bloomington Kennedy High School Eagles. I'll give a quick lineup as we're getting ready to start. The referees are out there. So starting in goal for the Bloomington Kennedy, number 33, Martin Sanchez. Number 5, Juan Balbuena. Number 6, Saul Gonzalez Rodriguez. Number 9, Eduardo Gomez Cortez. Number 10, Richie Vasquez Rendon. Number 11, Nathan Leck Straits. Number 14, Uriel de la Rosa Rodriguez. Number 22, Hector Renteria. Number 24, Brandon Barrientos. Number 31, Eric Lindgren. And number 7, Edgar Benitez. And for the St. Louis Park Orioles, as they are starting play, the goalkeeper, number 1, Eric Hendricks. Number 3, Alexander Obello. Number 6, Miguel Ocampo. Number 7, Joseph Brandel. Number 9, Maxwell Kent. Number 11, Daniel Decker. Number 14, Abdikafi Warsami. Number 16, Demetrius Armbecht. Number 20, Alexander Gayton. Number 21, Daniel Lee, and number 23, Elijah Tenta. And the game has started with the kickoff, and the teams are moving downfield, and this is Dale Tatarek with Ira Gurewitz.
Orioles with possession in the Kennedy end. And turning the ball. Kennedy coming on the counter. Kennedy coming on the counter.
So just observations to start. It's been a little drizzly here, so it could be a little wet, a little humid. It's not raining right now, but you can kind of see the dampness. We just had to notice that number 33, the goalie, was very tall. But although Eric Hendricks is tall for St. Louis Park too, so should have two strong goalies and good play between these two teams.
At Bloomington carrying a record of 2-4-2. And St. Louis Park with a record of 3-3-2, so fairly even records, and so far.
Well, tonight is senior night, and we know St. Louis Park has, I think we counted 19 seniors.
19 is correct.
So they will all be recognized at some point during tonight's festivities. Oh, almost a bicycle kick back to the goalie there. That was some play. That was Elijah Tenta for St. Louis Park with that kick.
Ball put back to the defense by Kennedy.
Yeah, they're just passing it around right now, trying to get a feel for things. Warsami trying to run them down. Ocampo, they're playing tight. Kennedy is maintaining possession, just kind of moving around here, center of the field. Faking things and passing back and forth. I think both teams trying to get a feel for each other.
Trying to find the crack in the defense where they can feed it through and get it to a forward.
Well, the ball went, they tried to push it down, and Park put it out, and they got their throw in. They're deep now, they're near the box.
Kept in, taken away by the Orioles.
Yeah, Robello moving it downfield, getting a little running room, moving it.
Foul call. Free kick coming up for the Orioles.
It's like Joe Brandel taking this.
Nice to have him back in the game, rather. Always been on the roster. But
yeah, it was a couple weeks ago we were here, and he was on the sideline. Where I think the week before that I saw him on crutches. So good to see him fully recovered and out there playing. Well, Kennedy take it down the side. Kent trying to line up in front. And Lee got the ball, and Brandell, and back to Lee, and Lee back to Brandell, and
errant pass there, but they were able to cover up for it and clear it out for a throw-in for Kennedy.
out off of Kent. Well, Kennedy goes and takes it. Call the foul on Kent, looks like. You know, a dangerous direct kick coming up. It's like about on the from the football field, 15-yard line, so about 25 yards out. Or a little longer than that.
Yeah, about 27.
Yeah. Okay, here comes the kick. Headed out by Brandell and Robello, and now ahead by Kennedy, goes out for a goal kick. Henrik's taking the kick.
That free kick was aimed towards the far goalpost area, but Brandell was there to clear it.
Henrik's goal kick to midfield. Yeah, Kent does a good job in those long kicks of trying to do a little header to boost the distance a little bit.
That little skip header.
Yep.
There's a shot way up over the top.
Another goal kick. And here comes Hendricks. And another header by Kent.
Yeah, he's a perfect target player up front there to get for that skip header because he's got good height and he's a very good header. So
He's got good movement, and Kent takes it and crosses it over to Warsami, and Kent back to Kent. Kicks it outside to Ravello. It goes out. Okay, there's the throw in by the Eagles. Brandell defending. Eagles have it outside.
defense doing a good job pushing them back, not allowing you to get a shot on goal. Kicked wide. Kennedy being very patient, trying to find that open shot or that open player breaking into space.
Yeah, they feel good moving it around, having control. Hendricks for another kick. See if Kent gets his head on this one again. Coming in his direction, he's lining up. He does it. Yeah, it's 3 in a row of those goal kicks, and Kent does a skip header back.
Good communication between him and Eric Hendricks to find each other.
Yeah, a substitution here. Number 19 was Andrew Sams. He was on our roster at 15, so you can change that. And Kent also was listed at number 10, but he's wearing number 9. So if Ira, if you want to update your roster there.
All right, got those two, thank you. That shot just over the top of the crossbar again. Sanchez takes that goal kick.
Trying to move it down. They're kind of playing their game, looking for the weakness to push through. Kind of put it in a little bit, play it back, cross it over. They're trying to wear us out here. We're out St. Louis Park a little bit by trying to get a little bit of movement there. Looks like a foul on Ocampo there.
Yeah, that was a unnecessary foul right there. The Orioles were gaining possession of the ball.
Okay, they've got a player moving down the sideline, trying to draw in, and then kick it in the center. But Decker was there to stop the ball and was all kind of moving it upfield, so can't quite break it through. Is that another foul on St. Louis Park? Probably on Daniel Lee, I think. Trip there.
So another free kick coming up for Kennedy. This one from about 45 yards out from goal. Shouldn't be too dangerous unless somebody gets a head on it or some type of deflection.
Oh, he's just passing the short one. Pass it back to him. Kind of a quick play and then try to get the kick up closer, but crosses over and out.
They had a player breaking from the left side there, and that ball just got past him. You'll see it coming up here on replay. The guy goes to the far post, and he just
couldn't
missed.
Do it.
Yep. The ball was moving a little bit too quickly for him.
Yeah, it looked like that was a practice set play.
It more than likely was. It was a great timed run from the left forward, or the halfback, whichever player it was that came through there. Number 27, Graham Anderson, into the match for the Orioles.
Another senior. In the center there, Ocampo trying to push it through, but Kent comes up and grabs it, moving it out to the side to Robello. Robello back to Kent. Kent controlling it, back to Daniel Lee. Up to Decker. Ocampo Decker making some movement here, but kicks it a little bit hard to the goalie. Nobody was able to pin that one down. Well, we're a little bit over 10 minutes into the game, 0-0. Both teams still kind of seem to be feeling each other out. Decker, a long kick in the center.
They put it through, but Kennedy gets possession and clears it back up.
Decker
touch it off to another player.
Kent to Robello. Back to Kent, back in. Sami to Robello.
That's out of touch. Going to be a throw in for the Orioles.
Oh, and a quick throw. Ocampo right in the center. Trying to break through and shoot. Oh. Eagle player was right in the way of that shot. Tried to make it fast.
There's a long shot. Sprawling for a fairly easy save was Martin Sanchez. The ball bounced around. I didn't notice that at first, but did a good job of covering up on it before it bounced past him and resulted in a corner kick for the Orioles.
Well, now we're getting goal kick the other way. He just kind of taps it out. The Bloomington player gets it right past the 18, and they're just kind of moving it upfield. I think Park is just kind of like waiting for him, having Orsami give him a test him out a little bit. And he launches it down. Brandel's there.
Nice touch around the attacker.
Brandel up to Kent. Back to Kent again. Brandel. Kind of a tried to fake and Bloomington kick in. Oh, Brandel gets it out of there, out of danger. It looked like offsides.
That's what it appeared to me, and heard the whistle.
Yeah,
Good
about
look at the Oriole goalkeeper, Eric Hendricks there, the senior.
Indirect kick down the middle of the field. And Kent again. And bounces out to the bleachers. Yeah, off of Kent out.
Substitution into the match for Kennedy. That was number 8, Jim Rosat. Throwing coming for the Orioles, and there'll be a substitution also coming on for St. Louis Park. And it's number 4, Kenta, back in for St. Louis Park, and he gets a touch right away.
Oh, Kent looks like he pulled, almost able to have an open area to shoot. But, retrieves up the ball, gives it to Decker. And they're kind of passing the ball a little bit now into Ocampo. And he shoots it down the outside. Rebello not able to get to it. It seems like both teams feeling each other out quite a bit, trying to do something, trying to have control and then make something happen.
No explosive plays yet.
Yeah. We kind of let their defense kind of bring it up to midfield and keep our shape.
And part of the patience of St. Louis Park may be that we have a lot of seniors out there, some of them who don't regularly play on the varsity, and so therefore, you know, let Kennedy play with the ball all they want, less time for them to get an attack if they're going to not come at them directly.
There's a player down on the field. Not sure what happened. It was away from the ball. They called in the medics here, or the trainer.
He's talking about his hamstring area. It appears, or the hip, somewhere in there.
Well, sometimes this kind of cool, muggy weather, however this is, can have an effect. Well, both teams gathering, doing a little talking. We're stopped right now at 22:35.
It looks like he's a little tender on the hamstring area.
And they'll be sending in a replacement. Yeah, they're sending a player in across the field there. Can't quite see the number in the darkness here.
No, it's played all the way back to the goalkeeper. It's number 18, Gideon Gayasi, who entered the game for the injured player.
A couple of, it seems like we've switched our offensive players a little bit, trying to, kind of give a little bit of a chase, hoping, bad pass or something when the defenders are controlling it, maybe we can do something. Here's a launching kick by Kent. Warsami running it down. Getting into the box or on the edge there, getting ready to try to cross it over. Kicks it up to Kent. Kent kicking it back out to the other side. Back to Kent. Trying to break through.
Pressure coming. They play it back to Eric Hendricks, who will get it back out near midfield area.
Okay, Decker to Kent. Kent moving it.
Had a player moving on the right hand, or breaking on the right-hand side, but couldn't get it through to him.
No, Decker the steal. Warsami on the move. But the Kennedy defense controls. Well, Daniel Lee back up to Warsami. Well, Campo going down the middle, trying to see if he can dribble through. He had a person to pass to, but couldn't get it through the defense. Decker with it, looking for an opening, shoots.
Oh, that's going to be a corner kick for St. Louis Park. Good shot by Decker. The goalkeeper had trouble controlling the ball. Substitutions coming in for St. Louis Park. Number 5, Jackson Eilers, and number 22, David Arago. And for the Orioles.
Well, halfway through this first half. There's the kick, high to the back. Headed back in. Bloomington kicks it out. Kent passes it outside, back to Kent. Kent trying to push through a couple of defenders. Gets it through and gets an opening. Looks like we get another corner.
Yep, nice job by the defender there on the shot attempt. Here's another look at it right here. Defender wasn't even looking at the ball. He just slid out there and did a nice job of blocking it.
And there goes, launches in front of the goal, heads.
Oh, yeah, a little wider than I thought it was going to be originally. But a good attempt by the Orioles. A header off the corner kick.
There it is again.
Is that Kent that got a piece of that one?
I think so.
And they're throwing an errant pass by the Eagles.
Ehlers taking that throw and back to Ehlers. Try to get it to Kent. Too many defensive players there.
Off to St. Louis Park, and will be a throw-in again for Kennedy.
Get the ball back where it went out. Juan Balbueno doing the throw in. Cross over to Hendricks, right to him. Ready to kick. Kind of the same thing right now. Their defense holding it. A long kick. Trying to get somebody to break through. Hendricks moving up. You got it. Oh, booming kick from Hendricks there.
Oh, that one would have been able to bounce. There would have been a chance there for Warsami. Now they get the ball over to Sami.
Yep, oh, compliment Warsami.
A man with him along the touchline. He plays it back out.
Decker centered with it and trying to get it. Trying to take a shot. Too much defense in front of him. Randell controlling it, moves it up. Ehlers moves in the center, but defense, Bloomington's got it. Daniel Lee moves it up. Kent breaking through.
Nice cut against the defender. Still has possession of the ball.
And
long shot. Had Warsami breaking on the left side there, but it was out of his reach.
Yep.
13-9 QC. Alex Prairie, number 24, and 25 Matt Power again for the Orioles.
A lot of cheering for the players coming in.
Well, some of the seniors that don't normally get a chance to play much on varsity being cheered on by the crowd.
Good popularity there.
Everybody wants to see the seniors get a chance to play on senior night.
Oh, absolutely. And again, back to the Bloomington defense, passing back and forth, and St. Louis Park staying in their zone and keeping their shape.
To say for coaches, senior nights sometimes very tough because they're still competing for a seeding in the playoffs, and you really don't want to give up anything that could be a win if you think that might happen against a stronger team if you're playing on senior night. That could cost you a spot in the upper half of the bracket.
Well, it seems like he's putting some players up front, trying to test the defense, see if they can do something, and keeping the defense, I think, has been pretty settled. You know, the defense been pretty. Joe Brandell and Daniel Lee and team back there. St. Louis Park throw-in.
Back out to midfield.
Got Alex Crary and Matthew Howard up front, just testing that defense, just trying to see if there'll be a slip up. Okay, St. Louis Park's throw-in. Bloomington got a head on it, pushing it down the center.
Intercept that pass, regain control of the ball.
Daniel Lee up to Kent. And back to their goalie. Yeah, this is one of those games you just kind of feel it's kind of at a standstill type thing, and something's going to just pop here at some point.
Well, I was just thinking, for the fans, it's got to be somewhat boring. I mean, it isn't, because most of them, it's either their friends or their kids, but
yep.
It's just not a very exciting game. And I know when you see me sitting down in the announcing booth, you know that there's not enough action to keep me on my feet.
Well, there's the Bloomington player kind of went down Daniel Lee and spun down and fell. It was not a foul, and Daniel Lee was kind of holding his hands up like I'm doing nothing here. So St. Louis Park throw in. Head up, kind of bouncing around right now and out again. St. Louis Park throw. Ayler's taking the throw. Well, giving it to Daniel Lee to throw. Ehlers to Lee. Out to Casey.
Foul called on the Orioles.
Looks like everybody's moving down. Last time they did a short play, but got two defenders back. He does do a short play, kind of the center. And he takes a long kick towards the goal, and
that player timed his run right, I guess. Because there's
And goal kick. That was a little scary miss right there.
Yeah, those two players timed their runs just perfectly. They were not called offside. I mean, there it is. Look at just a wide open goal. Eric Hendricks coming out, create a little pressure to try to cut the angle, and that was enough to force the attempt wide.
Yeah, even though it may seem slow at times, it looks like two well-coached teams. They're doing things that they're doing what they want to do.
Absolutely, that's obviously the game plan for both these coaches.
So they got a new defender. Henry Feldman comes in for Daniel Lee. Decker taking the kick. We get the direct kick for St. Louis Park. And he does this shorter kick to Brandell, and Brandell trying to make a move with it. And passes it out to Kent, back to Brandell, all the way down to the goalie.
Almost connected on the give and go there. So both teams all of a sudden show some spark as they set up some good possible scoring opportunities.
Long ball. Brandell gets it out of there. A couple of Eagles were breaking for it. Brandell kicks it back.
Yeah, that was a betweener. It was between the goalkeeper and the attacker, and sort of could have been trouble if Brandell hadn't stepped up and make that play.
Yeah, Kent back there in the box bringing it up and passing it. Oh, they almost, and there they go. Alex Query with the play on the ball there. Oh, player looks like a foul on Alex Query.
Yeah, he caught the back of the leg. Kennedy player. That was a good rush up the field. Here's another look at it right here. There he clips him right across the back of the leg.
Referee's talking to him here. I don't see a card or anything.
Just wants to make sure he stays off the player's back of their legs. Can be quite dangerous. Have some severe Achilles injuries and broken ankles, etc. Yes, good give and go there.
Yeah, good.
Nice sliding tackle to break up that attack.
Well, Kent trying to push through. Alex Query heads it up, and Kent's right there, takes it off his chest.
That went off of Kennedy. Substitutions coming in for St. Louis Park, 4 different players. Looks like 3, one of them, that's Rebello. 23, Elijah Tenta.
3 is Robello. Ayler's coming out, Howard coming out.
Also Warsami.
Warsami's back.
Well, Eric pass there.
Oh, and
Race for the ball.
it's a race. Joe Brandell covering him. Feldman covering the second man, and over to goalie, picks it up. So Hendricks coming up to kick it, letting the team get downfield. Another booming kick. Bloomington player picks it up.
6.5 minutes remaining here in the first half.
Defense tries to get it up to. Oh, and St. Louis Park is breaking it away. That was Feldman trying to steal the ball. He gets the throw in out of it.
Yeah, I think there was a foul call.
A foul call there, right there. Yeah, Joe Brandell taking the kick. Like everybody's moved up. He'll kick a long one here. Kicks it to Kent. Kent puts it back to right in the center. Try to get some action. Goalie just throws it out to fullbacks.
He's putting a lot of pressure on this half of the field. Now they shift the pressure over to the far side.
Kent was able to take that. The player went down. No call on that. Good hustle there. Out to Tenta in the corner with it, trying to push through. St. Louis Park throw in deep in their territory.
Another substitution coming in for the Orioles. And Warsami's back in again. I thought he was in the last time, but guess not. He is in now.
Okay, he's coming in for Crary. Okay, passing the center to Decker, lining up, shooting to the goalie.
One hopper, easy save.
Sanchez. He kicks this one. He's kind of rolled out the last few. Too many St. Louis Park players nearby. Oh, now launches another one off the back of the head. Kent in the middle, got the ball from Tenta, kind of launching it.
Another easy save for Sanchez. Sanchez on one hopper again.
Okay, in the center. Now we weren't able to pull that together for Tenta to.
Well, if either team are able to score, I think we're going to see a whole different tempo of this game.
Yeah, I think so too. So Bloomington throw in, kind of throws it back defensively. Yeah, you're right. They kind of do a lot where they're just kind of playing a little bit to look for something, and then a player puts pressure on. Tenta's putting pressure on them, and then they move it to the other side.
Yep, just reverse the side of the field.
Try to find an opening. This is a long one. Park was able to get that. That was Gatan. It goes out. Kennedy ball deep in the where they're attacking. Cross to the goalie. So far the goalies have each had a few, but they've all been pretty capable to grab. Well, down to the 2-minute mark here so far. Oh, nice header save for Feldman to move it back, keep it in the middle of the field.
Oh.
There's possibly
right in the middle. Oh, that one just wide.
That was probably the scariest thing of the game with about a minute left here.
Yep,
here it comes.
Look at it.
And he just kind of pushes towards the goal, but it goes on the outside.
He was left unmarked right there.
So a minute and a half left. A long kick, Holden coming out here. Feldman taking the throw. Oh, right off Rabella's chest and out. Eagles throw. Decker retrieves that throw in and making some room to. Oh, he's moving pretty good, and then launches it up, and defense kicks it back.
Just needed that to last on one side or the other instead of up the middle.
Back to Decker again with seconds left. They're trying to penetrate here. Kent getting around him. Casey trying to catch up with that. Feldman back to the center to Kent with 20 seconds. See if they can make something happen here. He's moving with it. Takes a long shot. Pushed back, and Warsami, he couldn't.
Offsides, anyhow.
Offsides. Well, that looked like that close one against St. Louis Park would cause some inspiration to make something happen, but not quite there. 7 seconds left. Just holding the ball, let the time run out. Well, 0-0.
Yeah, not a lot to say here at halftime with a scoreless game. Not many real dangerous scoring opportunities. One or two in the match, and that's about it. Again, this is senior night here for the boys as well as earlier for the girls, and so there will be a presentation here at halftime. And we are going to stay with you here as the players are announced and their families. The families are starting to head down towards the field area. And the boys will be giving their parents, I believe, a carnation.
Well, it sure does seem like each team is well coached. They're doing the things. I mean, obviously, Chado's playing for senior night. He's bringing in and out different players and movement and controlling things. And Bloomington was kind of holding the ball, looking for opportunities, and which makes it kind of a slow game. But when there's a scoring type opportunity happening, then things happen. So, well, here they come.
They're few and far between, but the ones that were there were close, really close. And presentation is being made by Van Hong, a former player for the St. Louis Park Orioles. And we'll let you hear the announcement on the field. Trying to get the parents through so they can. That's Jens Albright. David Arago. Number 16, Beatrice Armbrecht. Joe Brandell. Ryan Casey and his parents, Steve and Joan. Catch the name of that one. That was number 24, Alex Perry. Henry Feldman. And prior to Henry Feldman, Jackson Eilers. Alex Gaitan, and his parents. Fernando, his father, I'm not sure of his mother's first name. And Eric Hendricks and his parents, Mark and Jean. And his sister Emily, who was also a former goalkeeper for St. Louis Park Orioles. Number 25, Matt Howard. Parents, Maggie and John. Max Kent, by his parents, Benji and Chris. Benji, the varsity boys and girls varsity coach. Player that could not be here this evening, Jonah. I don't know his last name, I'm sorry. Alex Ravello. His parents. Daniel Lee and his parents. Catch who that one was.
Andrew Sams, he's number 19. Unless you change that one.
Yep. Elijah Tenta. And on crutches, Trotter. Chris Trotter. And that wraps up our senior night here for the halftime ceremonies for our seniors. They're out there getting their pictures taken right now. And I believe we're going to take a break at this time. And with the score 0-0 here at St. Louis Park, we'll be back with the second half right after this.
I don't know why my husband drinks every day. Is someone's drinking breaking your heart? You might be surprised at what you can learn in an Al-Anon family group from people just like you. Call 1-888-4-AL-ANON or go to alanon.org.
And we're back with the second half of tonight's boys soccer match between the home team St. Louis Park Orioles and the visitors Bloomington Kennedy Eagles. 0-0 the score is. We just completed the senior ceremony for senior night here at St. Louis Park High School. And getting ready, the referees checking with the goalkeepers to make sure they're ready to begin. And we'll just wait for his whistle.
And
Up there, we'll short one player, so waiting for the additional player to come onto the field. There's the whistle.
Like ready to get started. Our player wasn't quite over the line yet, but we're ready to start moving the ball around. See if they do a different strategy or the defense Bloomington kind of holds it a bit.
That was my question as well.
You get into the second half and you know that's it, so. Good time player fighting for it, and okay, one goes out. Bloomington's throw.
Back to playing it back to their defense. And now they're going for a long ball up the middle. Shielded there nicely by the defense, and out to pick it up is Hendricks.
Well, again, this was senior night. Lots of seniors getting an opportunity to play here. The coach has to take that into account in his strategy.
Shot towards the far post, just out of the goalkeeper's reach, kept in by St. Louis Park. Top of the box area, plays around the defender, dribbles deeper, Can't get a shot off. Drops it back out.
Well, it was Tenta that started that, and Rebello that was moving it around there. And
Orioles still in possession.
Orsa.
Kent fakes the shot. Takes one. That time was blocked by the defense.
St. Louis Park's getting the throw in. We got a shoe tie, so I think he's holding off on the throw in a little bit here. Even Kent stretching his legs out there. I think we did have the one player on Bloomington that went out for a hamstring or something.
Yep, we
possibly a non-contact injury earlier.
I don't know if he re-entered the match or not.
Well, it looks like we're getting ready for a corner kick here. Ocampo taking the kick. He'll be kicking the ball towards us. And here it is, front of the box. There's a foul call.
Against the Orioles.
Might have been Kent was jumping hard for it, and some of the people are too much in his way, I think. Okay, coming up for a goal kick, and again, September 24th, nice night for a senior night, and the Orioles will still have several games left. Bloomington Jefferson the 29th, a game against Benilde October 1st, October 6th with Richfield, October 8th with Chanhassen, and it's end their season on October 10th with Robinson Cooper before playoff time. Decker pushing it out in the middle for Kent, and Kent running with it. Gonna pass it long.
I believe that was intended for Warsami on the far side.
I think so. Warsami trying to run it down. Well, there goes Brandell getting a good movement here. And then passes it off right before and then gets it back. I think they did that a couple times the last game, or the last half. And
right, Jizzle gives and goes. Give and goes.
Well, Brandell running back to position. It's nice when a defense can let a player go and the other defenders cover things well.
Throw in deep in Kennedy territory.
Kent running into the box, pulling some defenders with him, and they open up and throw it to Decker. Decker pushing through.
Dummied that one through. I don't think he accidentally let that go. I believe they thought they had somebody there and dummied the ball. Chance if he can get a left foot on it. Lee plays it up.
Long kick. Brandell running it down. Turns it up. To Decker. Decker to Ocampo. Ocampo to Tenta. Out.
Throw in for the Orioles.
Getting throwing the Kent in there battling for it. Ambrecht on the defense. With Park, the Orioles are putting a little pressure on. Kind of a controlled pressure. You don't want to wear yourself out, and that's what sometimes the defense passing back and forth tries to do.
Kennedy tried to send that ball deep, but it was blocked. And now they pick up the ball in Oriole territory. And it's blocked there by the Orioles.
Yeah, it was Albrecht. Oh, and puts it out for Warsami. Gathers it up. Throwing it hard down the sideline. Goalie's there. Kent gathering that ball up, getting down the side, passing it out. Coming back in towards the center. Tenta running them down. Goes out. Goal kick.
Definitely a little faster pace here in the second half. Teams trying to get some good scoring attempts much more frequently than they were in the first half. Substitution in for the Kennedy Eagles, number 41, Ortega Morales.
Yeah, most of the goal kicks are just, pass it outside the 18 to their own player. Kind of pass it around. Seems like Chado must have scouted this team because they just line up and take their shape in space, letting the defense start off.
Yep.
And so they must, know what they're up against. Decker moving down the center. Ocampo trying to, he had a player in his way. He kind of went over the top of him. And
it's going to be a free kick from about 22.
20, yeah.
22 yards out. So this is a dangerous free kick.
So it'll take a little while to set up. You got to push back the
wall.
Yeah, we'll see what the strategy comes out to be on this kick. So 2 players back for the kick. Kent and Brandell, I think, and the second one takes it, but through the goalpost. Brandell.
3-pointer. I was encouraged to see that the official knew the 10 yards there.
Yeah.
I recall a game we've done in the past, I believe that was last season, where the stripes are there from football and they were putting them at 8 yards away instead of 10.
Yeah. Well, we have to run that down. The ball really changed fields fast.
The Orioles get the throw in.
Okay, well, 30 minutes left. We're 10 minutes into this. Still a 0-0 game.
And we may be going to overtime. Although I think with the pace being quicker, somebody is going to get a goal here in regulation.
Eagles throw. Looks like they kind of fakes the throw into his own defense and throws it offensively.
The Oriole attacker was trying to get into that lane where he was going to throw it back, and that may have helped change his mind about playing it forward instead of backwards.
Yeah, that's the thing. Good control in that defense is a good thing, but one slip.
Yep.
That's all it takes. Okay, throw in deep in Oriole territory. Kicking it out in the box here. It's headed away. Same throw from the other side.
play it back. Nice block by the Orioles.
Kicked it into Kent. It looks like they're stealing it back, and he goes down.
Yeah, there's definitely a foul there.
Looks like they're getting the 30-yard direct kick now.
Yep, 33 yards. Here comes quick kick taken.
Yep, right to the goalie. See if Hendricks launches another one down.
Nice little touch. Couple of nice little touches. And finally intercepted by Kennedy. Another foul called against the Orioles.
Daniel Lee picks it up. Pass it up. Out to Decker and then back out to the outside. Warsami and back to Brandell. And he launches one. Tenta was the closest player. Yeah, it seems like both teams are doing a little bit of possession and then launch one and see what happens.
Yep. Well, they're down in the corner. The Orioles gain possession. And into midfield. Loose ball picked up by St. Louis Park.
Moving it downfield, down the sideline. Go back to Robello. They're chasing it down. Maybe some opportunity.
Is that going to be a corner?
Yes, it is. Well, let's see if we can make something happen with this. Well, takes the kick in the center. Tagatan lining up on it, backing up, throwing it outside. Is that Warsami trying to turn it down in the center? Battling for it.
Yep.
They get it. The Eagles get it out of there. Pass it. Our defense is ready to put it right back into play.
Knocked out by the Orioles. Throw in for the Eagles.
Change fields. Taking it down. Passing it down the line. Looks like he's getting a run down to the end here. Decker's covering him. Pass to the outside. Down the sideline again, but the Orioles are there to kick it out.
Short throw. Drops back to the thrower. Playing to the far post.
Brandell gets it out of there. Launches it halfway downfield. Tenta chasing the defender with it.
Oh, long ball again. Tipped by the Orioles. Fortunately, Kennedy was not able to turn on that one. Now the ball comes way out to the edge of the box. Eric Hendricks clears it out for a throw in.
A safe play. A foul there. Looks like
Against the Orioles again.
dangerous position here. Asking our players to move back the full 10 yards. Yeah, the referee's getting back into position to watch the action. The whistle. There's the kick.
Punched out by Hendricks. Paired out by the defense, back out about 30 yards.
Something, oh, another foul.
I think the official signaled it was like a push there. That was the arm movement that it appeared that he showed.
There's a little confusion with the ball there. We just kicked it away. They're playing another ball. A little bit of time to set up here, get ourselves ready.
It's again about 28 yards out from the goal. Steps over, there's the second man, takes it.
Oh,
Hendricks goes way up and pulls it down.
Shot was on goal.
Yes, it was. Nice ball down the line.
Kent down the line. Kent taking it. Oh, Kent, good moves. Okay, this is a game of changing paces. You know, you're down at one goal, they're threatening, and then threaten at the next goal.
Yep, and substitutions on for the Orioles. Number 5, Jackson Eilers. And also number 15. I don't have a 15 after Andrew Sams moved to number 19.
Yeah, again, the goalie just kind of throws it. Oh, another foul there.
Yep.
Referee was right there to make the call.
Orioles collecting a lot of fouls right now.
One of those games that can be frustrating, just trying to make something happen. Going out on the Orioles. Eagles throw.
And it was Tenta who sent it upfield and out of touch.
Uh-oh. Lone player kicked it back to him, almost went out, but stopped.
Arsami. Long shot, bounces past the goal post wide. That Ocampo that took that one.
I believe so. Okay, Tenta makes a quick turn. Passes the outside to Ocampo. He'll try to cross it. The players lay.
Referee says play on. There may have been a bit of a dive there as Ocampo was going up to jump over him.
Yeah.
May have tried to act it up a little bit. He's a good player and he knows a lot of those tricks. He's played internationally.
Okay, Kent pushed it up. Morsami's trying to take it. Ocampo with another shot, but wide, right? Oh, looks like there's some shoulder to shoulder going.
Now
Kicking.
Ocampo sits it long.
Well, we're past the halfway point. Well, he did a long kick on this one. He's been kind of laying it out to his defense, trying something different. Eagles throw.
Now it's the Orioles throw.
And they're letting them throw it again. Is
Yeah,
this
we're
one of
gonna
those
retake
things
it.
where it didn't go in?
Although I thought in high school, yeah, now they're reversing it. High
Yeah.
school rules different than Minnesota youth rules. If it doesn't go in, it's just an illegal throw in. It goes the opponent.
Yeah, that makes sense. We'll stop and play again here.
I don't know if he didn't like the spot where the throw in was taken, or that appears to what it was. Coming from the halfway line now, or just beyond it.
Okay, Warsami pushes it downfield. No, it's coming up to Ocampo. Gaten is moving it down, looking for somebody to give it to. Tenta's running him down, but the defender was there.
Thought maybe he had been called for a push on the back, but no call this time.
Park throw in to, it's in the box. Defense kicks it out. Oh, Decker had to overrun it against that defender. The offensive player for the Eagles are trying to lob one down to dangerous area. Goalie's there.
Good pressure being put on by Ortega Morales. Hendricks came out top of the box, take it away. Kennedy playing it deep. Headed there back to Hendricks. Gaetan cuts it back, plays it back to Hendricks. Kent possesses the ball around the defender and plays it upfield.
And Decker pushing it up. Warsami, oh, it's pulling for Tenta, but not able to get it through the defense.
Warsami again.
Kent trying to push it through. Too many players just can't get through him.
Almost did sneak it by him though. Last player got a foot on it.
Oh, this is a long one there for the defense. Brandell stops it.
Good little one-touch playing there by the Orioles.
Oh, couldn't gather it in. Decker bounces it back, and then Eagles head it.
Broken up again by the Orioles. And it's going to be an Oriole throw-in. David Arago, number 22, is back in for the Orioles. Campo played it to Warsami and over to Tenta. Back into the middle. Kent.
Gets it outside. Oh, right off his chest, right in front of the goal.
Yep, I think he tried to set that up for himself off his chest, but it bounced a little bit too far away. Another substitution entering for St. Louis Park. And that is number 26, Jens Albright.
Defense for Daniel Lee.
Daniel Decker taking the throw.
Trying to make a play.
Throwing for the Orioles. Decker will take this throw in as well.
And they're launching it over. Taylor's trying to run it down, get to Ocampo. Crossing over, shoots.
Oh.
And
Rebound comes out, and a
scores!
score!
Well, the scoring player is laying down.
Warsami, maybe? Yes, I believe that is Warsami.
Yeah, great play.
So the time of that goal, 67-34.
Warsami got the goal for 14. Not sure about assist there. I mean, it was getting pushed around by players.
Okay, the shot was taken by number 6, Miguel Ocampo, and the rebound off the goalkeeper. So we'll give Ocampo the assist on the goal by Warsami.
Tenta trying to run the ball down, get a little more momentum, go for that second goal.
And now, like I said earlier, I expect to see the pace picking up both ways a lot more.
And Kent trying to push through.
Under 12 minutes remaining in regulation. There's a shot. That one goes high and wide.
Taylor's taking it down the line. Crossing over. Drago into Ocampo trying to push through players. To Tenta crossed. Cross it back. Oh, looks like it's the corner. Yes, it is.
The ball played right through the goal mouth area. Finally knocked out by the Eagles.
Well, here comes the kick, lined up. And there it is, in front of the goal. Heads back out, running in to push it back in, and the Eagles move it out.
Pressuring player to win the ball. And played it back, was intercepted by the Eagles. Has a man breaking on the left. He tried to make a blind pass to him, but was broken up by the defense of Dan Decker, and he breaks up another pass attempt for Sami.
Well, you think the Eagles will be picking up the pace here too, trying to pressure here, being down a goal now.
The Orioles got that extra momentum now after that goal, and they can reach down a little deeper. And it doesn't seem to expend the energy as much as when you're in a 0-0 or losing. And it's a goal kick.
Yep, it looked like Tenta tried to move it, but I think it went off his foot.
Yeah, I thought it was, but I wasn't seeing any signal, and I thought, well, from my angle, you never know. Number 23, Daniel Pliego Arisa in for Kennedy. Rumbling up, under 10 minutes, almost 9 minutes. Tipped away, played back into the middle. Kent had it and was making a move around his player, and then he got tripped up, so foul called against Kennedy.
Decker taking the kick. So we've got a player sitting down, he's getting up. But
That's Tenta, I believe. He's hobbling off, and they'll make a substitution for him. Tenta will come back in. Decker taking the free kick. Ball lays loose. Orioles possess. And that shot is way high and wide.
yeah, that last substitution was Tenta for Tenta. So we have number 4 Kevin Tenta and number 23 Elijah Tenta.
I didn't even realize there was more than one. But that makes sense now when you say the number.
Yep.
A little push from behind, but no foul, just gonna be a throw-in. Almost tripping a player and dribbles it out. It's gonna be a, oh, I thought he was touching the ball, but he just was shielding the ball as it rolled out for a goal kick for Kennedy.
Yeah, that almost didn't make it out of the box. He yeah, there's a launching there, and they've got a man running down the field.
Nice job defending Danny Decker, and he finally tackles the ball out for a throw-in for Kennedy.
Right by the flag on this throw-in. Kind of a dark corner there, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Knocked out a touch. There'll be a throw-in again for Kennedy.
And we got to watch the pressure on him in that box there.
I was thinking the same thing. It looked like we almost pushed him in the
Yeah.
penalty area there. Ball's played out front, intercepted by the Orioles.
The
Played
Eagles
back.
kicking it up, playing the box. Brandell heads it out. Oop. Player went down, no foul. Like you say, that one goal lead isn't always comfortable.
One or two isn't comfortable if you're a soccer coach.
Well, 6 minutes left here. Oh, he was chasing the ball. He's giving him a yellow card for wasting time or something.
Well, that was actually the ball boy's fault. The player was chasing down the ball. He should have just let the player get that ball. Instead, he threw the ball to him, so he was stuck with two. And instead of making the ball boy chase it all the way down, he thought he would just pick that one up instead and let the ball boy have the one that he had thrown onto the field. So
we got a replacement player in for the yellow card. That number 16 came in, or is that?
yes, Armbrecht.
We put about 10 more seconds back on the clock. Okay, Kent going cross field. Out to Ehlers.
What player was that got the yellow card?
guess we'd have to take a look, re-look there or something. I can't remember right now. But yeah, you're right. It was confusing with the ball boy and chasing the ball and whatever it was.
And, you know, it's entirely possible the Oriole player did do that on purpose. However, you know, it wasn't that obvious that that's what he was trying to do, at least from my viewpoint as I was watching that whole situation going on there. Saw the ball boy play it out after the player had already gone for the other ball. So right now it's neither here nor there as long as the Orioles don't give up a goal.
Warsami out to Ocampo. Ocampo plays it.
Yeah, just a little touch on it, enough to play it around that player.
And there's a lot of give and takes here.
Oh, he lost possession there.
Oh, and then whoa. Goalie collects it up. High kick.
Oh, nice try there to connect up with Warsami. It's just a little bit too much for him to handle as they broke right up the middle.
Eagles throw.
Another whistle. Wants to throw in on the other side of the halfway line. Hendricks comes way out. He's just going to kick it out of touch.
Yep, be safe. Play it safe. Taking a long
shot.
kick towards the goal. Hendricks catches it up. Throws it up to Kent. There's a steal from Kent, pushing it back. Uh-oh. This is dangerous, but he couldn't get his foot on it. He threw his arm like he knew he didn't get his foot on it.
Yeah, he didn't get much behind it at all.
Knew he had an opportunity too, like he just blew it. But I mean, it's a tough game.
Yeah, and you know, that was a left-footed shot. Whether he's a good left-footed shooter, we don't know. But he did the best he could in that situation. Eric again kicks it out. This time it's
corner.
A corner. Yep. His first attempt there, I believe, slid by the ball, tried to get it out to the side. Instead, he put it into, had to clear it out to the corner for the corner kick, rather over the goal line.
Okay, here it comes. Kick.
Rebound shot wide, way wide.
Yeah.
Just a little over 2 minutes remaining in regulation. 1-0.
Substitution. Looks like Decker coming back on.
That was probably Decker, now that I think about it, that got that yellow card. Headed by Kent. Comes Kennedy again. Oh, they had a counterattack. That ball had been led further. They could have been breaking down the right side. And now a clearing attempt partially banned on by the Orioles, giving Kennedy control near the penalty area. There's a shot to the far post side. And that one goes out for a goal kick. Just over a minute remaining in regulation. Hendricks will take the free kick.
Okay.
Or the goal kick, I should say.
Yep, boots out to midfield.
Kent with it. Puts it down the middle, right for Ocampo. Ocampo gets it. Thought about playing it on the left wing. There's a shot. And that one's in
It's
the back
goal.
of the net.
Well, that puts the game away with 30 seconds.
Yes, it does.
A great movement, great setup, great pass that sets the game up. Ocampo.
There's another look at it. There was the pass up to Ocampo. Turns the defender around.
And then reaches his foot across, strikes it.
Just
Right by
inside the
him.
near post.
Yep.
Good move, good shot. The Orioles got that insurance goal now. Whoa. Hendricks comes out to make a big save.
And
it's gonna be a
that's
goal kick.
pretty much the end of the game right there. Time's going to run out by the time he kicks it. Down to 8 seconds.
Yep, they can just take their time.
Yep.
Doesn't even have to put it in play. He's got
4
6
seconds,
seconds.
3 seconds, 2 seconds. He's just looking at the clock. Well, that's a wrap. Good.
There it is. As you said, it's a wrap. The Orioles pull this one out in the second half with 2 goals. First goal coming at 67-34, Warsami with the assist going to Ocampo to make it 1-0. And at 79-30, with just 30 seconds remaining in regulation, Ocampo puts the icing on the cake with a goal. I do not have who got the assist on his goal. However, that made it 2-0. Also in there at 74:05, Danny Decker got a yellow card for delay of game again, a questionable delay of game yellow card, but right now I'm sure he couldn't care less. The game
It is what it
over.
is. That's right.
There's no collective yellow cards or anything like that, so it was just a glitch on the radar as far as that goes, and the Orioles hold on to win here on senior night by a score of 2-0. Again, a game that was boring pretty much for the first half. And then late in the game, the Orioles getting that goal, and as I predicted, the pace would pick up.
Yep.
It definitely did, and actually, overall, the Orioles had more energy than Kennedy going down the stretch.
That's right. It was it turned into a fun game to watch after a little bit of kind of being stagnant, but the team's very happy. A great senior night win. The seniors can all hold their heads high for the whole bunch of them. I think they're going to celebrate after the game. So, great victory for them.
Yes, and so we've finished off here tonight with 2 senior night victories,
Yep.
both the girls and the boys beating Kennedy by a score of 2-0. So both teams walking away here this evening extremely happy. Well, that's going to wrap it up for this season unless we get a home game in the playoffs. Final score once again, St. Louis Park 2, Bloomington Kennedy 0. This is Ira Gerwitz along with Dale Tatarek saying thanks for watching here on ParkTV 16. Good night.